Hello, I am at the Erwin Hymer UK 2023 preview, and you know folks that I do like small, simple leisure vehicles, and one of my favourites of all time was always the Elddis Autoquest 115. Sadly, the chassis for that is no longer available, so Elddis have stretched it a little bit. So what has Elddis done with that little bit of extra length? Let's go and take a look. So we'll start with the exterior, and there's good news and bad news with the new stretched Elddis Autoquest 115, and that is it's no longer under 6 meters long. Its overall length now is 6.15 meters, that's 20 foot 2 inches, but the body width remains at 2.2 meters, that's a nice narrow 7 foot 3. Good news though comes in the fact that the chassis is slightly uprated on the outgoing chassis, and it has an MTPLM of 3,500 kilos. Now with an MRO of 2,619 kilos, that gives us a payload of a whopping 881 kilos. That is awesome. As we take a look around to the back of the motorhome, we can see that there are some rails which accommodate the optional Fiamma bicycle rack. Now as we come round to the entry door, we can see we've got a one-piece entry door with a bin and a window, and then above the door we have a light, which I always like to see. As far as water tanks go, both tanks are underslung, and the freshwater tank is 80 litres while the wastewater tank is 40 litres. Now as we come round to the front of the motorhome, I'm just doing a check here for the sealant between the cab and the body, and we can see here it's very neat, very precise, and it's really clean and tidy. Sign of good workmanship there. And then as we come down, we can see the gas locker here. This is fairly small, this gas locker. It can only accommodate two 7-kilo cylinders, so no big cylinders here. And then finally, as we step into the motorhome, we can see we've got a lowered floor, which is supposed to do the job, but I still found it quite a high step. You might end up investing in a caravan step if you are of limited mobility. So now as we step into the motorhome, we can see that it's pretty much the same layout as it always was, but those front seats are longer than they used to be. We'll wander down and have a look at the cab. This is a Peugeot Boxer 2.2 140 bhp TDI turbo diesel with a 6-speed manual gearbox as standard. As we head up now and take a look towards the back of the motorhome, and I get distracted by the upgraded Whale total heat system. So the heating system has been upgraded now to a 4.7 kilowatt dual fuel heater. And the clever thing is that control panel has a proximity sensor, so it lights up as your hand approaches it. No annoying lights keeping you awake at night. If any other manufacturers could do that. Build quality throughout the motorhome is good, and as we take a closer look at the kitchen, we can see we've got a double socket there. But here we have my least favourite feature of this motorhome, which is the 3-burner hob and then a blank space where the electric hot plate would be if only it had one. This is almost a case of this is what you would have had had you spent more money. I really am not keen on that blank space. I wish it was a proper designed 3-burner hob. What I do like is this Dometic fridge, and look, no annoying LEDs. However, you've also got no indication if there's no power getting through to the fridge. Into the washroom here, and this is very similar to the washroom in my Erwin Hymer Group caravan. It works very well. The one thing I did notice though, that there is no hanging rail. So I don't know what happened to the hanging rail here. We've got a rail here for the shower curtain, but no hanging rail. Bit of an omission, that one. So yeah, sadly, when you have a shower, the shelf that the sink here and everything is on will all get wet, and it'll need wiping down afterwards. But so really it's a shower for occasional use only, to be honest. Now another small omission here, which is easily rectified, is in the wardrobe. The wardrobe is full length. It's enormous, huge, but there's only one rail at the top. There's plenty of space to put a second rail halfway up, so you could have 2 rails of hanging shirts. And then of course you could take the lower rail out if you wanted to hang up your ball gowns and things like that. So yeah, that could be an improvement that you could easily make, or get a dealer to make, is put a second rail in that wardrobe. And another thing I wanted to bring up before I trip up is the fact that the floor is not one level. We have this step here up into the lounge area. I'm sure you'll get used to it, but after one too many gin and tonics you might end up tripping over that. However, the good news is the area between the lounge and the cab is flat, so there is only the one step, which is fairly normal in many motorhomes. Another omission here, you'll see there's no sunroof over the cab. Doesn't really worry me at all, but again, just be aware that on more expensive, higher end motorhomes you'll have a nice sunroof over the cab, which you don't have on this Autoquest 115. Now the seats are only 5'7" long, and they're really designed to be used as a double bed at night. However, what I've done here, as you can see, is I've turned around the cab seat and it is at the same height as the sofa. So if you were really pushed and you were taller than 5'7", you could at a push use these seats as singles, but your feet would be off at an angle on the cab seating there. As I say, this lounge is designed to be used as a generous double bed, but as I've shown here, at a push, if you don't mind having your feet off to one side and you're over 5'7", you could get away with using these as sort of singles. And then finally, the cab seats in lounging mode, and yeah, you might end up knocking knees here as well, but you should be okay. All in all, the Elddis Autoquest 115 is still a cracking motorhome. So I hope you enjoyed that look at the Elddis Autoquest 115. If you did, folks, you know what to do. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't already, and it just leaves me to say, from Dougal and from me, thanks for tuning in. There. Did you like that one, Dougal? Did you like that one? Did you like it? Are you excited about the new season? No, are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited? No. He never smiles. Dougal, you could be a bit more enthusiastic. No.